Today we will be doing a video about dealing with the pain that mermaids and mermen go through with chlorine and salt water, and how to care for your hair, your ears, your nose, your skin. They take a beating. I'm going to be talking about a bunch of different products, so just a disclaimer, I don't get paid to talk about them. It's just products that work really well for me and the mermaid community. Along with that, this is not only going to be like a product suggestion video, we're also going to be talking about different techniques that you can use to begin to open your eyes underwater, get used to water going up your nose, and different like immersion techniques. The first body part we are going to start with is our eyes. For me, the hardest thing to get over was opening my eyes underwater. When you're practicing, something you should always have with you is these. These are going to be your best friend. Goggles are so important. You do not need to open your eyes during every training practice that you have. You're just going to ruin them. Whenever you're practicing, always use goggles. You can see where you're going, you're not going to run into people, and you're going to protect your eyes. Always use goggles when you're training. Another great product that mermaids use is Gentil Eye Gel. It's Gental. I will link it down below and also put a card right here. Gentil Eye Gel is really thick solution that just like coat your whole eyes, so the chlorine has something to eat away at instead of your eyes. They're kind of like eye drops. If you are performing in like an aquarium or you have a really long birthday party to do, it's a great resource to have. A few suggestions for learning how to open your eyes underwater. How I learned was I first started with squinting. This was like, believe it or not, super painful for me, but if you just like barely open your eyes, kind of let the water touch your eyeballs. It burns, but it's a great place to start. The second thing you're going to do is open your eyes really big underwater for a short period of time and just keep doing those little bursts. This will kind of get you used to the stinging and the pain. And after you do that, open your eyes for longer and longer periods of time until you are pretty used to it, until you can handle it pretty well. The nose is also one of the most painful things to experience when it floods with chlorine water. A great product that you should invest in is the Sinus Saver nose plug. It looks like this. It's completely clear. This one was actually a little bit too big for me, and this is a small, so I would suggest always going one size down. This Sinus Saver nose plug just goes straight up in your nostrils like that. It completely plugs your nose, and all it sticks out is that much of it. It's almost completely invisible in videos and underwater photos. If you are performing in an aquarium, it's a great resource to have. To get used to water going up your nose is one of the hardest things because it's kind of like a cold turkey process. A few tricks that I've learned: if you hum underwater, very little portions of air will come out your nose, so it actually stops the water from going up your nose. So if you hum underwater, maybe like when you're doing like backflips or things like that, for short periods of time, it will prevent that. Another trick that you can use is plugging your soft pallet. So to find your soft pallet, I've found the best technique is to pretend like you're clearing your throat. First noise that you make when you're clearing your throat starts with and right before you make the noise, your soft palate actually closes, because that's how you clear your throat. Feel those muscles moving. It's like your throat like moves up onto like, I don't know, the back of your throat, I guess. That's how you plug your soft palate. So if you do that, your entire nose will still flood with water, but it'll actually stop at the back of your throat. And to get used to your whole nose flooding with water, what I did was I went underwater with my nose plugged, and I closed my soft palate, and then I tipped my head back and I unplugged my nose and let the water flood it. That way you can have ample amounts of time to close your soft palate and kind of get the hang of that, and then get used to that awful feeling of water up your nose. And the more you do it, the more you get used to it. So the next thing we're going to talk about is our ears. I am so susceptible to ear infections. Anybody who knows me will tell you this. It's really bad. So I do a number of things to protect my ears. I use wax earplugs, and I got them on Amazon. I'll link them below. I'll link all of them below. You just like rub them on your palms for a little bit, and they warm up, and then they like mold into your ears. And then after I'm done swimming, I use rubbing alcohol. I put a little bit of that in my ear and I let it stay in there for a little bit, and then I dump it out. What that does is dry out your ear and kills any bacteria that might be in there. If you don't have wax earplugs, definitely buy some rubbing alcohol. It's really cheap and it will do you so much good. Now onto your skin, your beautiful skin. Let's keep it looking beautiful even in the chlorine, right? Before you go swimming, to stop the chafing, it happens to everybody, I use Aquaphor. It's for babies and it's by the Eucerin brand. But I love it. It's waterproof, and then after you get out of the pool, take some coconut oil, and this is really beat up because I love my coconut oil. I use it for everything, and just put it everywhere. All over your arms, all over your legs, any place that gets really dry, and then put on a long sleeve shirt and long pants, and this will help the oil to absorb into your skin. And leave those on for, I don't know, overnight, and you'll have beautiful skin in the morning. Now onto your hair. Every mermaid has to have beautiful hair, right? Well, it's really hard when you are constantly in chlorine or salt water or lake water or river water, and it gets really gross. Before you jump in the pool, what you want to do is grab the coconut oil again, rub it all over your ends. I usually take some in my fingers and then I kind of like twist it around like this, and I really let it soak into my hair. The ends are kind of what go bad first. You can also use conditioner for this if you don't have coconut oil. It works just as well, but it does come out a little bit faster in the water. After you get out of the water, don't use shampoo. I know this sounds really gross, but I haven't used shampoo in my hair for a few weeks now, and it actually is doing wonders. It doesn't strip your scalp of its natural oils. It really lets your hair just heal. If this is too gross for you though, only use a little bit, like just a little like dime-sized amount, and just rub it in your scalp, back of your head, and maybe like underneath here, and that will get rid of the oils without stripping the rest of your hair. Also, don't use heat on your hair and don't use any product because this will stunt your hair growth and it's not good for your hair, so more natural the better in my opinion. And then when you're drying your hair, don't use a towel, use a t-shirt. This one is huge, which is why I use it. Use it like a regular towel, you know, you can dry your hair off like this. I scrunch it. But regular towels, the little fibers actually can break your hair. If you use a t-shirt, it's a lot more smooth, it's cotton, and you're gonna have a much better time with that. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to our channel for more and more videos. I'm just getting out of semester now, so we'll be able to make a bunch more videos for you guys. Also, if you have any suggestions for new videos on this playlist, just leave me a comment below. That can be anything from what's your favorite marine animal, to where'd you get your tail, to can you do a Mermaid tail review, anything like that. Just leave me a comment below and we'll put it on this playlist. That's all I've got for you guys today. Best fishes from Mermaid Echo, and as always, keep swimming. I just wanted to introduce you guys to one of my very best friends. His name is Odysseus, and he is a betta fish. He's a crown-tailed betta, and he is the laziest betta fish you will probably ever meet in your entire life. This is literally all he does all day long, is he just floats at the top of his little tank and is super lazy. Half the time I think he's dead, TBH. But he's really pretty. That's what he looks like, and I won him at a fair in my hometown. That was an adventure. Oh, he's also a fortune teller, so if he blows one bubble it means yes, and if he blows two bubbles it means no, so you can ask him questions. But yeah, that's Odysseus. We call him Odie for short, and he's quite the fish. Catch you guys next time.